It is the P and P podcast.
Do it.
Agreed. Everybody, here it is, episode 5. Sorry it's taken us, I think we're about a week behind, Jeff? Week and a half behind. So,
more my fault than anybody else's.
Well, it's both of our faults. Both of us have been super busy and we've had a lot going on. So, episode 5, we don't really have a topic, so we're just gonna shoot the shit for however long we can keep entertaining one another, and hopefully you guys like it. You guys and girls like it. If you have, as always, if you have any suggestions, let us know, and make sure you're heading over to the Pitboss Waterfowl YouTube page and his social media. Give them a like, give them a follow, and do the same for me, please, with Punisher Waterfowl on YouTube and all the social media platforms. Jeff, buddy.
At Punisher Waterfowl.
At Punisher Waterfowl. There you go. And at Pitboss Waterfowl. Jeff, buddy, it's good to see you. You have been a very, very busy man the last almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, 100%. I got some equipment on a week ago Tuesday. So
yeah, are we still under a gag order, or
that came up because I started to do some. Actually, Karen did some stuff too, and then the gag orders reinstated. But I will say this: 200 cubic yards turned into 860 cubic yards.
That's a big miscalculation right there.
That's an ass load. And it depends on, some of them were not. Some of them were more than $205. $205.05. I wish they were $2.05.
Yeah, I bet.
$205 a load. So
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, it needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And it got done. And in between all this, we kind of alluded to this already. I woke up Monday morning on the 8th, about 1:45, and I just had this weird feeling, which. It's not weird for me to wake up at 1:45, but it's weird for me not to be comfortable. And back and forth to the bathroom like maybe 6 times, and like I just could not. My stomach was messed up. I just could not get comfortable. We had turkey on Sunday night. I was even thinking like, man, what did I eat? Like you're just kind of trying to replay in my mind what I had going on. And eventually, I felt super bad about waking Karen up, but about 3:45 or so, I woke her up and just said, Karen, I don't feel good. So I can't get comfortable. I got this pain in my stomach, and I'm the guy, like, I never get sick. Yeah, I get sick, but I never get sick. I really don't.
You don't go to the hospital.
No, I haven't been to the hospital since 1996.
That's an impressive stat. Without going down too far of a rabbit hole here, were you a fan of Seinfeld, the show Seinfeld?
Yes. I mean, not
so. Jerry used to have a stat that he never vomited since 1983 or something like that. So that's like a stat for you.
What I want to know is like people that happen to be listening or following that were born after 1996.
Yeah, that was my first year of college, 1996.
No,
that's super scary, buddy, because I'm going to tell you, you scared the shit out of me when you sent me that video of you in the bed, and I'm just going about my thing, and my phone buzzed, and I was like, oh, it's from Jeff. And then I see you on this bed, and you're freezing, and Karen's there with, yeah, Pitboss cold.
It was very cold.
The best part was I need some Demerol, and Karen in the background laughing. She's like, you don't need Demerol.
Well, in 1996, I can remember a shot of Demerol while I was in the hospital was a very good thing. It made the pain go away, and it put me to sleep.
So let's continue on with the story. Sorry to cut you off, but so what was it? So you got to the hospital.
Well, I'm going to rewind and say 1996. I had a spiral fracture in my lower leg, so I had a plate 9 screws put in it, and it was just again, like, I don't go to, even then, like, I hadn't been in the hospital, so like I didn't like that whole experience. And I told you earlier, Damien, that like I've been there quite a few times with Karen and especially my mother, but like for me to be admitted in a hospital, like they were like, we went to the hospital and they're trying to find me in the system. Like, I'm not in the system, you know. There's a bunch of other coaches that are in the system, but I'm not in the system. But anyway, they just asked me a bunch of questions and yeah, hey, how has your pee been? Has it been looking like
Dark?
iced tea? Yeah, iced tea or so. And I'm like, well, the one day, so this was on Monday morning. That Thursday we had a heat index of about 107, and I put in a strong 10 days there on the skid load and roller there that day. And I mean, I was sweating, but I had a cooler. I thought I was drinking a lot. Had a cooler, and so they're still kind of diagnosing me a little bit, and said, hey, here, take this cup and go pee in it. And I did. I was freaking shocked, man. It was like it was blood. Like, holy shit! I've never had that happen.
Yeah. So that was jaundice, right? A little bit of jaundice.
Yeah. Well, basically, it kind of more turns into what my problem was is that it's a kidney issue, right? So there's red blood cells in my in my kidney, through my kidneys or my urine. Go back. They do the put the old IV in the wrist, the back of my hand. I'm sorry, and she gave me something because I was throwing up. So not throwing up, but I did throw up.
Feeling nausea.
Yeah. So she gave me something for that, and then gave me something for the pain. And man, like in 10 minutes, like total relief. Like I was feeling good. It was a good thing. And then I was cold. But I went and did a CAT scan. I really wish, and I told the girl, I wish I didn't have my phone. My perspective, I'm laying there on this cart. She's wheeling me down, and it was like lights and ceilings, and it was such a really cool perspective. It wouldn't have been, I guess maybe you had to be there. It would be cool. I don't know where I really would have used it. Somewhere on social media, I'm sure, but it was a pretty cool perspective, getting pushed around, laying on my back and not really being able to see a whole lot. But basically, long story short, evidently I had like a 3 millimeter kidney stone, and that's even though that was kind of in the back side of you, or you kidney in the back, it was affecting my stomach, or at least the pain was being felt on the front stomach. So. Basically, they just said, "Hey, you got to drink a lot. Drink." And they gave me some codeine pills and something for the nausea. And so I don't know what. Maybe it's like 6:30 now. Oh, you know what? Pushing 7 o'clock. I was supposed to get a load of fill. I called real quick and I said, "Hey," I said, "Ann, I'm going to get there, but I'm not going to make it. If they're going to be there at 7:30." She said, "Oh no, we don't start till 8 today, so you'll be fine." Sure enough, I took a codeine, drove on over, got out of the truck, and here comes load number 1, and I was good to go.
That's awesome. So that. Without aging ourselves, but we're at that point in time where things are starting to go wrong with us, with our bodies, right? So and the good thing is that you 100% realize like something's not right here. Perhaps we should go to the doctor, and trust me, I don't know the pain that you went through or the discomfort that you went through. But in 2003, I was in Kabul, Afghanistan, and was complaining of pressure in my chest. And the Canadian government had hired Tibetan cooks to cook for us. So the doctors, the army doctors had said, "Hey, listen, it's just the food. It's some indigestion. Here, take some Tums and you'll be okay." And it was fluke that when I would take the Tums, the pressure went away for a couple hours or even a day, really. So anyways, one night it come back, and I mean, I'm in excruciating pain, and I literally crawl from my bedside down to the hospital, which was, I don't know, it was probably 300-400 yards. Get down there, and I tell him, I'm like, "Listen, just like what you were saying, there's something that's not right. This is way beyond indigestion, right?" And I'm at this time, I am 26. I'm 26 years old. So this is going to be a long story, but it's an awesome one, I promise you. So they say to me, we have an ultrasound machine, but we don't have anybody that's on staff here yet, because this was right at the beginning of coming into Afghanistan, that can actually diagnosed with a ultrasound, but I know how to use it. I'm like, whatever, I don't care, use it. So he used it. He was like, yeah, your gallbladder needs to come out like now. And I'm like, oh shit, that's not good. And they were like, yeah, just here, take a couple of these pain pills, just ease some pain. Tomorrow we're going to look at getting you flown back to Canada, and we're going to get that taken care of. I was like, okay, cool, sounds good. Anyways, back to my bed space. Hour later, I mean, like, I think this is coming out of my chest at this point. Like, it's brutal. So they throw me in the back of an army truck, beat me across one end of Kabul, which, listen, you're not driving down I-95 when you're in Kabul. So I'm getting the shit kicked out of me driving across Kabul, get into a German hospital. They diagnosed me. Yeah, confirm it's a gallbladder. Then they beat me all the way across town again back to the Canadian hospital. And then they opened me up. So right through my abdomen, open me up, remove my gallbladder. They take out 4 gallstones, and then, you know, sew me up, and I'm on the road to recovery. The thing that made me laugh when I seen your video was the fact that when you had asked for Demerol, well, because they had cut my abdomen open in order to retrieve, because it was in a tent in Afghanistan where the surgery took place. So they were giving me morphine for the pain, and it just wasn't enough. And the doc came to me and he was like, how you feeling? I'm like, this is excruciating. He said, safely, I can't give you any more morphine. I'm like, well, we got to do something because this is killing me. And he was like, well, I'm going to have to put you on a Demerol drip. Buddy, I was on a drip of Demerol for 5 days, and my buddies were, so in the hospital they had a PlayStation, so my buddies would come down to visit me and play PlayStation in the hospital. And they said for 5 days I was having conversations that they could not even like fathom what I was trying to say or get out, because I was so out of it on Demerol for like 5 days. It was amazing. But I got a cool scar to remind me of it for the rest of my life, and a pretty good story. So the moral of the story, listen to your body. When it tells you something's not right, something's not right.
Yeah, 100%. I kind of thought that too, about, hey, like, I'm old. And then, like, I start talking, you know, kind of just sharing stories with other people and stuff. Like, I've, you know, older friends that are like, nah, man, I had my first kidney stone when I was 22 years old, and all. Like, I think it's more of, and again, from the research we did real quick, I guess maybe it might be somewhat genetic, but I think it's more your lifestyle of like what you drink or what you don't drink, kind of thing, right?
So the doc told me, because I was 26 years old, had my gallbladder removed, and I'm from, for people that don't know, I'm from an island off the east coast of Canada called Newfoundland, where grow up on fried fish, so fried with pork fat. Everything is fried, everything is salted. Very old school way of a very old school diet. From the East Coast. So he told me, he said, it's your diet that you grew up with. And how was it? He said KFC, he said 80% of the time, anybody that comes in for gallstones and a gallbladder attack, it was about 24 hours after eating a meal of KFC.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And like fried chicken and that sort of thing where I'm from, like that's your diet, right? Fried fish. Yeah. So
you say fried fish, man. I am missing some fried fish. Not to get off topic too much, but you know, Karen has done well, they don't allow her to have as many calories, but she's done a much better job. She walks every morning, walks the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But Karen's down like 60 pounds. I'm down 50, and I really do miss. And we have eaten fish. She's been doing more salmon than anything else. But man, I really do like. Well, we haven't fished this year for mahi, but like mahi bites that we would kind of take saltines, bust them up, and basically bread them in the saltines, and then deep fry them. Man, I really flounder, rockfish, you know, straight bass, rockfish.
Yep.
I'm really missing that. Plus, you know, doing the chippies on the side, you know, fresh.
I know.
Fresh French fries, right? So I kind of have been missing that. But I got to say, at the same time, I really do feel better. I told Karen, we walked in the house the other day. I was like, somebody was telling me about heartburn. It's like, man, I can't remember the last time that I felt halfway bad. Like heartburn kind of thing.
Wow. So I feel heartburn a lot now. So I'm a big, I shouldn't say I'm a big fan, but once a month I'll normally sit down, my wife and I, and we'll sit down and we'll have a bottle of red wine. And I love red wine, but if I drink 2 glasses of red wine, my heartburn that night is horrible. And so for me, I think I've put on probably about 25 pounds since COVID started, and just not eating properly, putting on the weight. And I think it's just, I'm really, really seeing what my dad used to say when he used to say, you think you're bulletproof now, but it's going to catch up to you at some point. And now at 45 years old, I'm starting to see all that abuse I gave to my body, smoking, drinking, like in the army. Buddy, I drank like to a stupor 6 nights a week my first couple years in the army, right? So, just didn't look after myself, and my body is now finally saying, F you. It's time for you to smarten up.
Yeah, man, I as younger, I did not, you can laugh and disbelieve me. Actually, Karen's youngest son's coming down today.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've never smoked a cigarette. He doesn't. He just thinks he can't believe that. I was like, oh,
yeah.
I haven't, man. Like there's two times I've smoked a cigar. I said, but I've never smoked a cigarette. And I said, man, like as far as drinking alcohol, like when I was younger, I did not drink a lot. I just didn't drink that much. Like older years. Probably, if I had to pick a year, I would say from about the year 2000.
Really?
It was more like I can recall with like the D3 TV stuff we did. Just seemed to be we traveled around a bunch more. Maybe it was a little more social. Like I would do a beer here and there, but like I just with a meal or something like that. But like I just didn't drink to drink.
Okay.
And with doing more of just with the traveling and socializing and traveling and socializing, and it maybe wasn't exactly that year, but I would say late 90s, and I had to pick a year, I'd say 2000. And trying to really kind of settled in on like a Canadian blended whiskeys and or bourbons was because it had no carbs, whereas generally beer is loaded with carbs. So that was kind of my go-to, but yeah. I'm glad, I'm happy for you that if there's a silver lining in this. And I'm happy for me with my stuff as well, is that it's happening now and not in the middle of the season. 100%, yeah.
Right? Take that silver lining and say, well, listen, now, okay, I've got to make some change. Well, for me, I've got to make some changes in how I'm treating my body, but it's good. You get that little wake up call and sort yourself out and make those necessary changes, and hopefully you're all good to go for the season, and there'll be no hiccups then.
Yeah, 100%. Like I really am. I was telling somebody today, I'm really curious, like being that. Oh, here's what I said. So, this is the story I told Mark today. What was the dehydration? Was that like the triggering factor to this? I mean, I don't know how kidney stones, how they form that quickly. Was it in there and being so dehydrated, like irritated, agitated, that it kicked it off? But I had 2 bags of saline solution, I guess it is.
Yep.
They gave me extra one just because I was dehydrated. And then I did go and work. She gave me my slip though. I didn't have to work. I was off work till the 10th. So I said, I'll take that and use that. Thank you very much. So I want to make sure I write you your work slip. I was like, all right, thank you. I didn't say okay, thank you. I appreciate that. But I did take a lot of liquids that day.
Yeah, but
damn, man, it was like, so I have 2 bags in me and I'm drinking, and Karen's texting me, how am I? It's like, Karen, I can't pee. Like it's now it's 11 o'clock. I said, like, I haven't peed yet, man. And she's like, keep drinking. And but anyway, with the program that we're on, we weigh ourselves each morning just to keep track.
Yeah.
I gained 10 pounds in a day. that's how dehydrated I was.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was just going to say. That's all water. That 10 pounds is all water.
100%. But I gained 10 pounds basically not overnight, but in a day's time.
Yeah.
And then the other weird twist to this is, so I took a codeine that morning. I was good to go. I'm driving home, and Karen's texting me, "How am I doing?" And I was like, it just freaking hit me. Like, and this time, instead of being in the front, it was more of like I had a broken
in the back,
rib, like a broken rib though. Like it was like almost like hard to breathe. So she called me. She's like, do I need to come get you? Can you drive? Pull over. I was like, no, I'm okay. I just need to get home though. I came home and I took a codeine, and by the time I was out of the shower, I felt great. Like it was no pain. I'm like, okay, that's good. And Karen warned me. I'm trying to put warned and worried together. She warned me and was worried that, hey, like you can be addicted to these things. It's like, Karen. I don't have an addictive personality, Karen. I'm okay. I'll be all right.
Yeah, big time. You totally can be. I had an old friend in the Army one time. He got addicted to them. So
basically, long and the short of it is, Monday night was horrible. Woke up good Tuesday. Tuesday night was bad. Like Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night was bad. I woke up Wednesday. I haven't had pain since Wednesday morning. Like I don't
That's
know,
awesome.
I don't know if I passed it or what, but like I am like, I think I only took three of the codeine. And like I have been pain free 100%. I'll knock.
That's awesome. That's good, buddy.
Yeah, but so.
Yeah, I think you would notice if you passed them.
Okay.
From what I was told, if you pass them, you'll definitely know.
That's what I told Karen. I was like, I haven't had any sensation that I did.
Yeah.
She said, she's like 3 millimeters. She's like, that's not, that's kind of small. And the doctor did say it was small. She said, you have
it is small, but
I know what you mean.
You're getting what I'm throwing down. Yeah, mine, like my gallstones. Yeah, size 17. Size 17.
Come on.
Yeah, like my gallstones. Like they weren't much smaller than a marble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like it wasn't a fun time. And that was my first tour overseas, and not the way I wanted it to go. But anyways, listen, if anything you're taking from this episode, start listening to your body and paying attention and looking after yourself.
Yeah, 100%. That was I kind of, I don't know, my ego in me. My ego is like, I can fix this. Like I'll just I can fix this. I can fix this. And eventually, like, shit, man, like I can't fix this. Like I was like, do I call an ambulance? Do I just drive myself? And when I woke her up, I was like, Karen, you got to go to work and stuff. I said, let's just call an ambulance. She's like, no. She's like, hop in. And like she did drive. She was doing 80 miles an hour to get to the hospital. So God love her.
Yeah.
She hung out there with me too. So, but anyway, I don't know. It was kind of that thing where, like you said about age, but like I said, after, because that's the way I was thinking. I was like, wow, I'm just old. And but after talking to lots of people, like I got some friends that had them when they were in the 20s, kind of, and have had them like steady through that. I will say one thing. I don't know if I've ever referenced Big Bird Cropper, but anyway, Big Bird's a character for sure. He's a local legend here. He fishes nonstop. Got a heart of gold. Will do anything for you. And he was over there helping me, and he was helping me do something I can't talk about. And he says over the years, I guess he's had six different attacks. And I've heard this before too, and I think I've heard him say this before with gout. I think it may be just like his go-to, but apple cider vinegar.
So that's weird that you bring that up, because I heard somebody mention that as a cure for or a remedy for something the other day, but then they used the term apple cider vinegar with the mother.
With the mother.
Yeah. And I don't know what that is, but they were saying just like take a drink of it, like not very much because it's pretty strong, but apple cider vinegar with the mother, but I don't know what the mother is.
I've not heard that.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it while you're talking.
You do that. So apple cider vinegar. apple cider vinegar. Excuse me. I will slow down. It's some strong, potent stuff.
Yeah.
I think the directions say 2 tablespoons in 6 or 8 ounces of water. Big Bird was talking about taking 2 shots, so I was like, hey, if 2 tablespoons is good enough, like fuck, two shots must be better. So in the morning, I've been taking. He says that it helps because he said he had a doctor tell him this, and that it will help prevent them as well as when you do have them, it helps dissolve them possibly. So, and he also said cranberry juice. So I had like just a small juice glass of cranberry juice, and I get my little steamer's shot glass out, and I pour in the apple cider vinegar, and I don't know, I can't say I've gotten used to it yet, but anyway, basically I'll take a shot of apple cider vinegar, and then I do a little cranberry juice on top. It's kind of that really bitter vinegary taste, obviously, and a little bit of sweet from the cranberry kind of helps it. But basically, I do 2 of those in the morning. I've been doing 2 of those in the evening. So I don't know as we get away from this, as I'll continue to do those. But I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But I would like to do it.
Apple cider vinegar with the mother is the unfiltered and unrefined vinegar with a cloudy and murky appearance.
Well, that's what I'm doing then.
Yeah, it's called apple cider vinegar with the mother. It's used for drinking purposes and has many health benefits due to the presence of beneficial bacteria, yeast, and protein.
Yeah, there's a bunch of junk in the bottom of this thing.
Yeah.
And it's actually, after you open it, you have to refrigerate it, so it's in the refrigerator. So it's cold.
Yep.
And but I told Geoff the other day, and actually Fred West, like, I think I'd almost be rather doing these shots of tequila would be easier than apple cider vinegar, man. Like, oh,
well, I got on this kick about I don't know, probably about 6-7 years ago of gin and cranberry juice. And I just enjoyed the taste of it. I enjoy gin anyways. And then with the cranberry juice, I really enjoyed it. So I didn't realize that cranberry juice was such a good thing for, at least I know for men it is. I don't know if it is for women, but for men it's a good thing. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Just when you thought we were going to talk about ducks all day, here we are talking about our urinary tract. Yeah. So gin, cranberry juice done wonders. Apparently it was really good for him. Maybe not the amount of gin I was putting into my body, but the amount of cranberry juice I was putting into my body was a good thing.
Well, I want to ask you a question about that, but I got to tell you, like, I even said to Karen, like, where's my liver? Where's my liver and all this? Like, is this my liver I'm feeling? I guess maybe I didn't, maybe, I don't know what I've said, but I did not eat. I was sure when we left the house, I just put a pair of shorts on. I did not put underwear on because I knew I was getting cut open. And they're going to strip you down anyway, right? So that's right. I just put a pair of shorts on. I was like, fuck, I don't need any underwear. I'm just going to put some shorts on because I'm going to get cut open today. They're going to do to me. Gin, what gin do you like?
So my favorite is Bombay, but I like Hendrix as well.
Okay, I was going to say Hendrix. That's okay.
Yeah. But see, to me, Hendrix doesn't have enough of the juniper berries taste in it for me. I like Hendrix, but it's not as strong as what Bombay is, and that's what I really like. Bombay is my favorite.
So the Hendrix is cucumber infused, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Scott Moody, good friend of ours, got us. We're talking about different drinks and stuff. He's like, "Hey man," he's like, "Have you done gin?" And I was like, "No, we haven't really done." He's like, "Man, you should try this Hendrix. It's really good." And we were drinking that for a little while.
Yeah. So Hendrix. So I never ever understood the term, but people talk gin. They say gin's a great summer drink.
Right.
And I never really ever put much thought to it. But Hendrix on a hot day is amazing. It is really good on a hot day to sit down with Hendrix and tonic water, a little bit of ice. It's a fabulous drink. I really enjoy it.
Well, speaking of hot, man, here in Maryland, it is full blown summer. It is basically August weather. It's just last night was a little bit cool. I came out and aired the dogs. It actually felt just a tad bit cool, but man, it's just we're into those high temperatures. Well, not hot. I guess it's all relative what people call hot, right? But it's more the humidity.
Buddy, what you were into was hot.
Hot, okay. Well, it's
Like that was 100. You sent me a picture one day, and you had 107 with the humidity, right?
Yeah, that's what. It's just the humidity, man. That's what I feel the most. Like
Yeah.
literally, I was literally over there, like not doing much of anything, and like I'm just like glistening, dripping. It's running down the backs of my arms. It's running. I can feel it running down my shins, kind of thing. And again, I guess that kind of goes with me being dehydrated over there. Although I did make effort to fill the cooler up with drinks, and I did go every other day. I was getting ice and and filling it up. But yeah, it's dead time summer. The big thing going on here, actually in Ocean City. I'm just outside Ocean City, but the big thing this week is the White Marlin Open. So it's the supposedly the 5 best days of August here in Maryland.
Okay.
It's the richest bill fishing tournament in the world. I don't know. I still haven't seen what this year's tournament is worth overall. Last year's was $8.9 million payout.
What? That's insane.
Yeah.
How far off the coast are they going for marlin? Like, is it a really deep water fish?
It's more of a water temperature.
Okay.
and clarity, but they're basically running to the continental shelf in the canyons.
Okay. Yeah.
In this tournament, the only rule is it's the distance that they can travel to fish. It's not that they have to be out so far. There's a limit on how far they can go, kind of thing, right?
Oh,
basically,
okay.
100 nautical miles from the sea buoy that's just outside the Ocean City Inlet there. But,
Okay.
But yeah, it's more chasing the water temperature and the water clarity. And for whatever reason, the weigh-ins are they're televised, each afternoon. So today is day 4. They don't have a qualifying, unless it came in late last night that I didn't see. They don't have a qualifying white marlin, blue marlin, or a swordfish. The tuna has been there's a tuna. The first place tuna currently is worth $1.8 million. The winning white marlin last year, I think, was $3.2 million just for that fish out of that $8.9 million. So there's all kinds of I'm not gonna, if anybody is listening that really knows the tournament, I'm just trying to give everyone, this is not 100% accurate, but I'm trying to give you the analogy. If you just entered the tournament for $1,000 and entered the White Marlin Open for $1,000, I'm going to say that $3.2 million White Marlin last year, if Karen and I entered it, and because we're only going to enter the tournament for the $1,000, that fish would be worth like $150,000. But because the boat and the angler entered every category that they could, it's like all these different side bets,
right?
And Calcuttas,
yeah.
And they went all in. So instead of $1,000, it's got to be close to $40,000
that they paid
to go all in, right?
Yeah.
So the more you spend when you catch the right fish, the more you are rewarded. Sometimes the winning fish is that lower amount, and second place and third place, or third place was worth more than first and second, just because of what entry levels that everybody entered. So it's, and they have a small boat category also. There's like daily categories. There's lots of, they make it very easy for you to spend money because there's so many different categories. Like there's captain entry levels, there's mates, there's like,
really?
It's just, yeah, it kind of gets
so you could call it insane, but it's really open to any, like they've designed it in a way that anybody could enter.
Oh, 100%. I mean, again, if you just want to enter the tournament for the $1,000, I think it gets you 6 people. I think that are registered. I think it's 6 people registered fishermen, fisherwomen. But yeah, I mean, it's again, like you can play it if you just want to go out there and try to catch the dolphin fish, right, or whatever fish that you want to try to catch. The shark category is closed this year because Mako shark are closed in the East Coast this year in the Atlantic Ocean. So there's no shark category this year, and because there's no shark category, they opened up a swordfish category.
Okay.
But basically, it's pelagic species fish. So
okay.
That's what
That's crazy, because I didn't think, like, when I thought marlin, swordfish, Not so much shark, because I know even in Newfoundland now, which is in the upper end of the North Atlantic, like water temperatures are increasing enough that shark is a common occurrence in Newfoundland now, where 20 years ago it wasn't, right? So, but like marlin and swordfish, I didn't think was a species that you would have an abundance of off Maryland. I thought that was a more southern, like Florida,
Well, but
Florida fish.
so again, like I mean, basically they're coming up the Gulf Stream, right? So it's you don't have
Yeah, they're following that current.
yeah. So it's a big deal in Ocean City. Who's going to when the first white marlin is caught? And generally they're released. They're not killed. It's a lot of catch and release.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean it's a big deal for the when's the first tuna going to be caught? When's the first white marlin going to be caught?
Okay.
But really the best months are July is a little slow, but August, and then really in September and even October. So it's just a water temperature thing is what it is.
Okay.
Just like the
Cool.
bluefin tuna come through first, and
Yeah.
then basically you got your yellowfin and your big eye. The
Okay.
bluefin move on. I'm not saying somebody wouldn't catch a bluefin, but generally they're all north of us.
Right. What was it we ate in PEI? Was that bluefin?
100%.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was. So I'm a fish fan. I'm not a crab, lobster, shellfish fan at all, but fish I absolutely love. And that bluefin tuna that Karen made that time, and I know I brought it up on the Union a couple times, and maybe we've even talked about it on this one, Jeff. But I could say honestly that was probably the best piece of fish I've ever eaten in my life. And the thing is that I told my wife, right, and you probably don't remember it, but I called my wife that night and I was like, man, I had tuna this evening for dinner. And she was like, tuna? What are you doing? Because you don't like tuna. Because the only tuna I've ever tried is what comes in a can. And I don't like it whatsoever. Buddy, that tuna that Karen made that day is the best thing I've ever eaten. So now when I go to a restaurant, if there's tuna on the menu now, I 100% order tuna.
Yeah.
I don't get it often, but if it's on the menu, I 100% order it now because it is that good.
It is, and it was up there, especially it was fresh too, because it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, it was like a day old.
Exactly.
It was a day old, man. It was so good. And then, and just keep going on this fish theme. I remember we went to that. You'd know the guy. Remember we went to that. Geoff took us to that fish store where we could where we bought our fish.
Brackley Bay.
Brackley Bay, yeah. Brackley Bay Oyster Company, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we went there and they had fish cakes, which is a staple in Newfoundland where I'm from. So I was like, yeah, I'm buying fish cakes. And Karen had never had fish cakes. And I'm like, oh, you treated me to tuna, I'm going to treat you to fish cakes. And I can remember she was like, holy smokes, these are good. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they are amazing. Amazing. Yeah. They done a really good job with a really cool place and good people, too.
Yeah, evidently they got a new building this year. I follow along on Instagram with them, and
oh really?
I remember it was still like kind of snowing, and they were trying to dig footers and that kind of stuff. But
that was a fairly good building that they had when we were there.
It was. I think more of Geoff told me it's more of, I can't remember the name of that road, but the kind of basically the straight road that runs up. So now they were kind of off, turn and turn.
Oh right,
now they're actually right out on the more accessible. Everybody's going to see them as they go by. So I think it's just more of a like location kind of thing, right?
Okay.
So what I want to ask you, Damien.
Yeah.
Because I actually, Geoff has been sending me quite a few things, some video, YouTubes and podcasts and stuff. And I actually told him, I texted him this morning, man, I apologized to him because I said, I've just have so much stuff going on. Everybody's always busy and stuff, but even when I'm busy, I'm able to watch this YouTube or listen to this podcast, and I have not caught up with your Punisher podcast.
Yeah,
I think the last two I've missed maybe. And then what you're doing, Duck You?
Yeah, so that's something Dave came up with. I would say probably about 3-4. He's probably been thinking about it longer, but he brought it up to me about 3-4 weeks ago, and he was like, "Man," he said, "I really want to do this Duck University thing, and try and push out a little bit more education stuff, right? And which is something that, you know, we feel strongly about and trying to push out there, right?" So he came up. He had Bobby Hayes on. And a friend of Bobby's, I'm real sorry, but I can't remember the guy's name, from Blue Stem Waterfowl is who he works for anyways. But I forget his name. Anyways, they went through a meat duck call routine and how to do it, right? We had that event coming up in Grimsby, coming up in about a week and a half, I guess. And there's going to be a calling competition there, so it fit in nice. But Dave's got some really cool ideas of some really, really cool guests to come on and do this Duck University thing. And it's pretty quick. Like, he's on 20 minutes, half hour at most. Gets his point across. Super educational, super fun, and like always, we always try to find who we think is a great source, instead of us just standing up there and trying to make it sound like we're the expert. Dave actually goes out and gets the expert and brings it in. So it's really cool. It's not going to be a weekly episode. I think maybe every second week, every third week. Yep. Just because we don't want to flood everything and it'd be like, oh, another video from Punisher Waterfowl. You know what I mean? So, I think it's going to be really cool. It's done well on our analytics. It's done really well on YouTube. So, nice. Yeah. So, and I think, you know, we've talked about this a number of times when it comes to social media and the content that's being put out and stuff like that. And it's all great content, and I love it, because I think there's so much content out there that there's something for everybody now, as opposed to one time where it was just birds dropping out of the sky. And that's great, and I love to see it, don't get me wrong. But you watch birds fall out of the sky, unless it's a crazy shot or a crazy wicked hunt, they all really look the same. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, we need some variety. And now we're seeing these podcasts showing up, and these shows and these videos and these businesses that are out there in the industry, and they're, you know, they're expanding what they're trying to get across. And now it's not just pictures of birds falling out of the sky. Like, you look at what you do, Jeff, like you video and put out almost every aspect of your day. And people want to see that, because, again, you can only watch birds fall out of the sky so often. Like, I remember a year and a half ago, you on the Pitboss grill. Like, I would go live and watch you, and there'd be like 100 people watching you do a pork shoulder. Yep. And it's because people want some variety. Well,
I agree with that, and it's kind of like, I guess it only makes sense to, like, basically, you know, do and show what I would like to see, right? So way back in the day with, you know, VH, I'm going to really date myself. VHS,
but don't say beta, as long as it's VHS and not beta.
VHS tapes as well as DVDs. You know, kind of like the especially goose hunting. I always say it was cluck cluck cluck, boom boom boom, cluck cluck cluck,
Mm-hmm.
boom boom boom, cluck cluck cluck, boom boom boom. I want to see all the other stuff. Like, that's,
yeah.
You know, again, do I enjoy shooting stuff? Do I enjoy seeing all that? Sure, I see it every day.
Of course you do.
But, like, especially with somebody that I don't know, or their area, their region, you know, their style of hunting, I want to see all the other stuff, and that's always
absolutely
how I've been. You know, hunting's hunting, right? We all want to see that, but and there's some people that just, you know, there's nothing wrong with that either. That just want to see the, you know, the kill shots, if you will, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it.
I've been following along with the Big Honker podcast, the first Stanfield Guide, their first family.
Yep.
One will come out tonight, I think, another one. But I messaged Jeff the other day that like episode number 4 I thought was the best. There was hunting in it, but they really got into the guides that are with them and the guiding aspect and how they how they run their guide service. And not that the first 3 episodes didn't show that, but the 4th episode is the one I thought was the best episode yet.
Yeah, that's a really cool point. The last 2 episodes we've done of the Union, we had Heartland Waterfowl on, and go check those guys out. I think, and Ryan from the show had even said the same thing. I think some of the best waterfowl hunting content out there right now is coming from these guys, Heartland Waterfowl. So we had those guys on, and big hunters doing big hunts, but they showcase a little bit of the after the hunt in the hotel, doing reverse sear steaks on a hot plate sort of deal, that sort of stuff, right? And I really like that. I like seeing that side of things because it puts ideas in my head of things, especially if you're, so let's say you came to Ontario, Jeff, and you came out for a hunt with Dave and I. Well, I'd want to make that as great as an experience as I can. And I'm not a great host by nature. I just don't think of things. I love the company, but I don't like, or I don't think about all the little things to make someone comfortable or make that trip enjoyable, right? So by watching these shows,
memorable.
Yeah, memorable. Yep. So watching these shows now and seeing these things and seeing the variety and seeing the things that people do, and a simple thing with a hot plate in a hotel doing reverse sear steak, I think that's a cool thing, and I like to see those sort of things. Sort of like when we were in PEI last year, and I know we keep talking about it, but it was such a great trip. We ate amazing, we drank amazing, and we had some amazing friends with some amazing hunts. So it was just, and in an amazing area. Yeah. Which is, so it was pretty cool. And then last night we recorded with a guy named Micah Collins out of Kansas. He owns Big Kansas Whitetails, but he's also he's a waterfowl guide as well. But we were talking about the lodge experience that you get with him, right? Like you're sleeping on a queen size bed. You're eating. You're eating ribeye steak for dinner.
It's 5-star.
Yeah, 5-star, yep. Right? So and he's like, listen, don't get me wrong, fellas want to come and they want to hunt and they want to have banger hunts. But when they come back to the lodge and they can sit back with a glass of whiskey and a cigar and food isn't an option and comfort isn't an option, it says a lot, right? And I think that's what's happening. As Ryan used to say, there's a maturation. That's a big word, but the maturation of the hunter, because at some point we were all about the kill shots and the birds falling from the skies, right? 100%. We were all there, every one of us. And if you say you weren't, I'll challenge you. But now as you get older, well, you know what? That those things aren't the most important things to you now, because I can tell you, a nice bed, like when we stayed at Robbie Shaw's, like that cabin, like that, to come back after a rainy, wet, cold, whatever kind of day it was, and to know you got a fireplace to light a fire and a nice warm bed and a hot shower, that's money to me.
Yeah. So you say that, I mean, well, PEI to us is this will be the 6th time that we get there. And I can't say that it's truly not about the hunting. I mean, if there was nothing to hunt, maybe we wouldn't stay as long as we stay. We definitely enjoy going and being there, right? But it's the whole package of what is there. Yeah. And yeah, it does revolve around hunting. But that's not, it's, I guess, a little bit apples and oranges, because it's we're not with a guide service, we're with good friends. Yeah. It's not we're not on a guided hunt. I mean, are we? Sure. I'm not going to go there and not hunt on
right.
Them, right? So yeah. I guess in that respect, if you want to call it a guided hunt, but it's definitely not.
The birds bring you to PEI, but it's not what makes you stay to PEI when you go, right? Like, is that a fair statement?
100%. I mean, Karen, if we had the checkbook, I mean, she would love to have a cottage there.
Yeah.
And her idea would be rent it out all year long, and let's just go there the month of October, or whatever. Let's go spend 4 weeks there at our cottage, but at the same time, have it pay for itself, kind of thing, right? But
we're gonna make the PMP podcast so popular that you're gonna be calling Polly to get a property up there, and Polly's gonna look after you right next to Maggie's Pub.
There you go. I did reach out to him.
Did you really?
Well, pre-COVID, right? When maybe prices weren't crazy. But no, I did ask. I was like, hey man, we're looking at some used stuff. Like, what's a lot go for? And he was showing me some package, like these simple packages of what a cat, what you could build, comes in a package basically. Yeah. It really, I mean, I guess it's all relative of what's affordable, but they really were somewhat affordable,
Yeah. I could see it.
We never got as far as into property tax and how U.S. citizens and that whole, like, how does that all work? Or owning property in Canada and not being a citizen of Canada, but no, it's back to PEI. Yeah, it's just a beautiful place. What is it? It's August 11th. I mean, physically, I'm not ready to go, but mentally, I'm ready to be there tomorrow, man.
Yeah, big time. I remember last year when we were there, we kept talking about this event that we were going to create. And I remember Karen, at first she sort of kind of humored us when we were just talking big and stuff and drinking. And then I think she started to see there was a little bit of wind coming in her sails. And she was like, listen, this is my, like, and it's a very zen place for Karen, right?
Oh, she loves it there.
She loves it there. So she was like, listen, I love what you guys are doing and how passionate you are, but don't turn my zen moment into work for a week, right? And I was like, yeah, that totally makes sense, because you're making that trip for the vacation, not to work again.
Yep. I don't know if she'll buy a license this year. She has in the past. And so she shot some birds before. Obviously, well, not obvious, but obvious, yes, because you talked about the fresh tuna twice. Twice we've killed a big bluefin. But I mean, I think more. Geoff usually picks me up, so he's kind enough that leaves our truck for her. And but Karen just loves, from Shaw's, just walks up. I bet she's not. Did you guys ever make the walk down to the beach?
No. I went down to the other end, but not down where Karen used to walk with Duker and Rye.
Did you ever hear the waves?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, it's when I was first there, I was like, is there a railroad track, something, like, it was this noise, like what am I really listening to? And it is the beach. Yeah. It's not like it's only like 300 yards away.
Yeah.
It's a quick little walk down. It's but she just enjoys doing that in the morning, and she gets up on her own. She usually has a fire started, or rolling for us when we come back, and usually has something for breakfast for us. So.
Oh yeah, breakfast is.
There's physically there's a lot to do between now and then, but like mentally, man, I'm ready to be.
Yeah, I bet, buddy. We're getting short on time here, but I did want to ask you this question, Jeff. I really wanted to know, how are you looking for your fall season? Are you booked solid right now, or do you have space for people to get in?
The only day that will be, and it'll probably stay open, but it's our Thanksgiving, so November 20th. Okay,
that's awesome. That's good to hear.
When Christmas falls on a Sunday this year, so that's not in play, but during the week, if obviously Thanksgiving's during the week, and if Christmas falls, basically six times out of 7, it's going to be a hunting day, and that's usually I usually don't sell that day. I mean, I would go that day.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, one year they backed out, but I had it booked, and another Karen was at a different vet where I think she got double time because nobody else wanted to go in on Christmas Day, and she's like, if I'm gonna go, she's like, if I was gonna hunt, she was gonna go. So, but the thing, I'm very fortunate with that. We'll see how 2023, 24 kind of shakes out.
Right.
But that's
no, that's good, buddy. I'm glad that you've booked up, and I'm looking forward to the videos again. And it's getting close, eh? Like, it really is getting close to the season, and all the the preseason, getting stuff ready and trying to prepare and stuff. Like, it's getting us exciting now. Like, Geoff sent that picture. Did you see that picture Geoff sent the other day of the late brood of
Yes, I did. Yep.
of cotton tops? So so it's nice. You're starting to see this stuff now, and it's starting to get you pumped up and ready for the fall. So it's a good time. It's a good time, buddy.
It was a good time, man. And well, I can't say if there wasn't a season, it wouldn't be a good thing. But man, I tell you what, if I had to pick a month that was what's my favorite month of the year, like more for weather than anything else, I would say October. Just
me too.
Humidity leaves and crystal blue sky, and maybe it still might be 70, 72 during the day, but it's cool at night, and you might get a little frost, but it still warms up. And I think
that's right.
I love late September and the month of October.
Yeah. If the fall is dry, and I don't mean like drought, but instead of rain and that wet snow coming in on you, if it's a dry fall, it's my favorite time of the year, and that got nothing to do with the hunting. That's just temperature wise. I spend the most time outside, even doing chores around the house. It's in the fall, because in the summertime, like in this heat, I'm not outside digging ditches and putting in flower beds. I can promise you that.
Yeah, I can. Over the years, there's been a couple of days on PEI where I would describe them as being not nasty, but definitely muggy. Like damn, like it's I thought this. I'm in Canada in October. I thought it's supposed to be like a chance of snow and little skim ice on a puddle in the morning. Like there's getting it eaten by mosquitoes and being flat out muggy. So
yeah, big time. I think we end her here, buddy.
Episode 5.
If you're still listening, everybody, which I know you are, we would really appreciate it if you gave us some love, gave us some comments on this. This will be uploaded to the Pitboss. So if you're following Pitboss anywhere on social, on YouTube, you're going to get to see this.
And then
you're going to get
if they are following me, they need to go follow you.
Yeah, absolutely. Please. Yep. And you know what, if you really need to, you can rewatch this or re-listen to it the second time to help boost my numbers too. But
Damon, I have to mention, I do appreciate the hat and the shirt you have on there. I mean, I just went tank top and
listen, without going too far down a rabbit hole, I seen the picture that Karen put up of the new hoodie the other day, and it was like a size 5 youth, and I'm like, something's what you talking about, Lucy? Because T2s,
T4s, and 5.6s.
I seen that, and I'm like, what's going on in Pitboss world? But I love it.
That's for Nick Castellano, Cedar Swamp Gunning Decoys.
There you go. No. So listen, you need to get over on Patreon with Jeff, doing a lot of great things. You get to see all Jeff's content on there. So go do it. I've signed up. It's super easy, super simple. And I promise you, well worth your money. Get your merchandise, follow Pitboss Waterfowl, follow Punisher Waterfowl every way you can. Send us some love. Tell us what you like and what you dislike. And if it's something that we can fix on the dislike, we will. If it's something that we, and
the Punisher pack,
and the Punisher, which you know what, at Real Geese Decoys, and they're selling really well actually. So up here in Canada, selling real well. Haven't talked to Craig Mintz with Real Geese now for about probably about 3 weeks. He's been racing crazy, getting some wins under his belt. So haven't really bugged him too much, but it's doing well. You have some,
4
dozen. There you go.
Yeah. Well, and G Awful, he'll be an owner of one. I'm going to take a dozen up to him.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see him in use in PEI. It'll be awesome. So, everybody, we'll give Jeff the last word here, but I can't say thanks enough for listening to us two old farts, I guess is what we can say now, because
I'm older, but
but we spent the first half of the show talking about kidney and gallstones. So Jeff, to you, buddy.
Yeah, man, life is good. It's summertime here, August in Maryland, and time has flown by, and I wish that I could talk about something that I can't talk about. That's all.
I know, buddy. Soon, though. Soon.
Very
Soon. And it's going to be epic. I can't wait. Everybody, this was episode 5 of the P&P podcast. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time. I'm going to do it, Jeff. I'm going to do it. Thinking of you, we are.
Boom, boom, boom.
There we go. Awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
It is the P&P podcast.